We're going to talk about using a TLR-1 HL installation, features, and installing the remote switch onto a SIRT pistol. What I have is the TLR, 2 batteries, a remote switch for it. So how we put this together is there's a latch right here that tightens this battery compartment, and there's a notch or a lip here that engages this notch. So what you do is follow your battery orientation directions, put your batteries in, and then see how this is loose. Install the bottom part first, and then there you go. Now I made it secure. Now as it comes, this thing has a strobe feature. You want to disable that. So the way you disable that on these TLRs is you have to turn this on 10 times fast and hold it on time number 10. So like this. Wrong way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it till it turns off. And now what I have is I either have off, or I have momentary, or I have constant. I've disabled the strobe. I highly recommend you disable the strobe. Cleaning. When you fire this with a weapon, you're going to get carbon on the lens. What you could do to prevent that from building up and caking on is you put a thin layer of chapstick or something that's not going to attack the O-ring. And then if you want to clean this, then apply olive oil or soap and clean the lens up. Don't use anything that's abrasive. No sandpaper, no steel wool, nothing abrasive at all. Just use some soap and warm water, and that'll take care of it usually. But if you're gonna shoot a bunch with it, particularly, just some chapstick or something on there to keep the lens from getting carbon caked onto it. So notice how this is spring loaded. If I undo that quite a bit, this notch interfaces with this notch. As this comes out of the box, it comes with the Glock GL adapter. So go ahead and line this up with the notch, get that on there, tighten this. Then you can use a coin to tighten it a little bit more. This is a daily check item. Make sure you check the tightness on that every day. There have been problems with these falling off the guns because they loosen with use. To put the tape switch on, what we're going to do is take out our batteries, and then this pin right here only goes one way. It's blocked on the side by a piece of plastic. It's not on this side, so it goes from right to left. So I'm going to start this out, grab it with some pliers, pull it out. That comes off. Put the pin back in case you ever want to revert to the original setup on it, and then put this in a place where you won't lose it. All right, good enough for. So to put this on, check your orientation. All right, so it goes like this. So remember this tab here goes in that slot. So tab in the slot. It's a pretty tight fit. Okay, and now fold this over, catch it in the top of the ledge there that they have for it. All right, make sure that we're even all around. It's closed. It is possible to get it on wrong, so check your work. Okay, so then I can turn on with this. I can also do constant on, I can do momentary, and I can work this on the other side the same way. To install, line this up with this, Make sure you're in there good, and then hand tighten that, and then follow up with, say, a coin. Alright, so obviously this is a SIRT pistol. So again, the way you want to use this, you want to hunt with your handheld light. This is at low ready. When you have something that needs to be shot, then you could just drop this and go to this light. Or if you're going to challenge, you can just hang on the loop. If you have a loop, go to two hands and you're going to challenge with this light. There's other ways to use it, but those are your primary two ways. If you don't have a finger loop, then what you can do is you were searching, you can fold this into your grip, go to a cigar hold. Right, and now I'm using this one. All the flashlight shooting techniques with handheld lights are pretty much one-hand techniques. They all kind of suck. So getting two hands on the gun is really important. There is a Kyle Lamb technique where you put these fingers against these fingers, and you can use the light in low ready. You can also point in with it. Works pretty well, but you can't get full arm extension with it. You may or may not be able to articulate your arms in that fashion. That's a pretty good way to go if you don't have a weapon light. So a couple things to remember. Anything to do with our hands is a fine motor skill. Under stress, sometimes people get things wrong. So anything we do with our hands, there's potential to get into the trigger. When you grip the light, you're just gripping it hard like you would grip the pistol, and it turns the light on. So if you're the type of person that you do not separate what you do with this finger from these fingers, you're not highly trained. There's potential to have problems with anytime you assume a firm grip on the gun. You don't want to generate NDs by using a grip switch on the light. If you train properly, it will not be a problem. You do get tired if holding the light on. So if you decide you need to have the light on for a long time, like you're holding a corner or using a ballistic shield, what you can do is just go constant on with the tail cap switch, right? And then it frees this up and you don't get fatigued. So when you turn the light on, that's momentary, right? So I'd be identifying the threat, challenging, all that good stuff. Well, when I do this, light is now off, and I just lost what I acquired. So I have no visual information to make a decision. So when you turn the light on, I would recommend that, generally speaking, you go from indexed high here on the ejection port, turn it on, and come back up to here. Right? And now if you need to shoot, then you can bring it up and you can shoot. And you're seeing in real time what's happening. You don't lose that visual information. On the left side of the gun, alright, so we have for your trigger finger as well, just opposite direction. If you're a two-handed shooter, as a right-hand shooter, then you operate this with your thumb, not with your finger. It's a good alternative. But fundamentally speaking, you don't want to be manipulating this and getting your finger in here. Otherwise, you're going to have a problem. So just a couple of safety notes. Again, we don't look at people's driver's licenses with this light. We don't direct traffic with this light. I say those examples because they have occurred in New Jersey and California. There's two particular times that's occurred that we know of. So don't be that guy. This is for challenging. This is for searching it, all at muzzle depressed or a low ready position. You only bring this up to here when you've made the decision to shoot already. And be sure to train with it. That concludes this particular video. Thank you.